Well, hello. My name's Jamie Deason. I'm from El Dorado, Arkansas, and I have a few old weapons I'd like to show you and tell you a little bit about them. The first one we have here is a Colt's third model Dragoon, 44 caliber 6-shot pistol. This pistol was manufactured from 1848 to around 1860 when it was replaced with a model 1860 Army, which was a lighter pistol. The first 60 Armies were fluted. The cylinders were shaved off in a little fluted design, which made them lighter, but the only problem there, it also made them a little weaker. Some were prone to crack or explode, so they bored them a little bit of an angle so that the back of the cylinder was a little bit thicker and did not expose the little holes in the cylinder stop notches. I've seen a couple of old cylinders that actually had corroded or popped out, little stops there, and when they bored them a little thicker, that made them hold up better. But around serial number 5000, they started going to the round rebated cylinder. Of course, about half of the first 5,000 pistols were shipped to southern states. You can get a letter from Colt Archives, and if you're lucky enough, you might find a pistol that has been shipped south, which is about double or triple the value, depending on the condition of the pistol and which southern state it went to. They were shipped to San Antonio, New Orleans, Natchez, Mississippi, Georgia, and some went to Peter Williams and Company in Richmond. The next that we have is the 1851 Colt Navy. That's a 36 caliber 6-shot revolver. These were favored among officers. Nice, lightweight, and still good knockdown power with the 36 caliber. Most of your Colts had a cylinder scene roll engraved by Mr. Ormsby that was a banknote engraver of the period that Samuel Colt contracted to do his cylinder scenes for his pistols. It was roll engraved. Of course, a little bit of wear, and the engraving would be gone. The Dragoons had the Captain Jack Hayes and Indian Dragoon fight scene on them. The 60 Army and the Navies had the 1843 naval engagement scene, and then your Colt pockets had your stagecoach scene, stagecoach holdup scene. And then we have a Confederate LeMat. Dr. LeMat out of New Orleans designed this pistol around 1855 and had some built by Crider in Philadelphia, and U.S. Army did some testing on them, but for some reason they didn't adopt them. Well, then LeMat got with Captain P.T.G. Beauregard, who was, I believe, a brother-in-law of Colonel LeMat, and they produced some of the pistols. Some may have been made in New Orleans. Most were made in France and Belgium, and some in London. They were shipped back through the blockade. They made a little under 3,000 of these pistols. The first 450 pistols went to mostly Confederate officers. Henry Wers had one, Jeb Stuart. And they're pretty collectible today. They were a 9-shot, 42 caliber cylinder that rotated around about a 63 caliber shotgun barrel that also shot a pie-shaped slug or solid slug or buck and ball. Very formidable weapon. Of course, they did have a few problems with the action. The cylinders lining up or not lining up, but they were all handmade, not many parts interchanged in between the pistols. Some were shipped to the Confederate Navy. Some had the spur trigger guard, such as this one has a spur guard that went around up to around serial number 700. And let me show you a couple of swords.